popped up here. Sherry.
Does everybody have an agenda?
Oh, look at him all organized.
I can start and then
Yeah.
you'll elect a chair and then off you go. So my name is Christy Williams. I'm the town manager. Just for everyone's awareness, we are being broadcast on Westboro TV. So we have someone here for that.
Great.
The 250th American Revolution Anniversary Committee is a brand new committee that has just been established, and we actually talked about it a little bit at town meeting, and that was because after our 300th anniversary in 2017, there was some money left over, about $30,000. It was transferred to the Westboro Spirit Committee, and then in talking to folks who have been on the committee, we thought this was the right way to sort of move on with that celebration. So that budget is available to this committee, and that was by a vote of town meeting, and that those funds can only be spent by a vote of your committee. So anything that's brought to you that you want to spend funds on, you would vote, and then the chair will work with our town accountant to get things paid. But we should probably start with actually everyone introducing themselves. I know we did it a little bit, but do you want to start?
Thanks. My name is Casey Cullen. I am a teacher at Westboro High School, and I'm also serving on the Mass 250th Commission as well. Okay. And we're going to hear from Sheila in a little bit. So, and I have their meeting is tomorrow. So, a lot of 250. So, we've been doing a lot of wonderful things. So
Great.
Excited about it.
Okay, Lydia Goldblatt, and serving on the committee.
Hi, Roberta Sylvester Brown. I wear a lot of hats, and I'm very happy to be here.
Carla Cook. I work at Mill Pond with the special education kiddos that are my babies and I love. I'm excited to be here.
Hi, my name is Andrew Ramsey. I'm an emergency physician. I work at Sobi Pharmaceuticals, and this is my first time in Westboro Civic Life.
PJ Maloney, same, first time Westboro Civic Life. I'm a lifelong townie, own a business in town, and looking forward to contributing and giving back. So.
Great.
I'm Gary Kelly. Well timed. Well timed.
All over the building. Roberta didn't answer her phone.
Well, like,
In the meeting.
She's in.
Good. Good to see you. Oh, that was Gary's introduction. Well timed. Sean Keogh, I'm the select board liaison, which means I don't vote and I only speak when spoken to. So, you guys are in charge. And really I may not be able to attend every meeting. You don't necessarily need me all the time. But if you have things you want to bring to the select board, then that's part of what I'm here for.
Do you want to?
Amanda Schiavoletti. I'm the executive assistant in the town manager's office.
So
Thank you for all your help, Amanda. You did a great job.
So she'll help with coordinating meetings, agendas, and she's doing the minutes, which is great. Thank you. So I think the first thing on your agenda is to elect a chair and vice chair. And then we also, as you just alluded to, we've invited Sheila to come talk about Mass 250 and what's going on sort of across the state, and we'll get a presentation on that. I just also wanted to note that the Economic Development Committee is also been sort of talking to the state just very recently about the travel and tourism piece of Mass 250. So at some points during your work, we might want to make sure that you're coordinating with the Economic Development Committee so that we're making sure that it's for the residents as well as, trying to bring people into town. So I think that that's going to be a good partnership. They're also looking at travel and tourism around the World Cup coming to Massachusetts. So some good work there. So I guess if anyone wants to nominate someone to be chair, or if anyone's interested in being chair.
I'll nominate Roberta. I told her I would. As a threat.
And of your word, I'll second that.
Are you interested in being chair? Are you willing to be chair?
Thanksgiving's over soon. So,
Here's the Thanksgiving menu. Done, Roberta.
I'd like to hear the rest of the
Well, you know what, why don't you give your background in town, other things you've done?
Just make sure you pull the mic
Don't-
close to you, just
Okay.
so it can.
Some people don't know what, as far as the 300th and all that stuff.
So I did the 300th parade back in 2017, and I'm very proud of it. We had the steering committee, and I worked with really good people. We really came together, and we really made a big splash. And I love to work with the community. I've been with the community for years, and now I'm doing the Thanksgiving. I took it from my father, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud of this community. I lived in Westboro all my life. We have 4 generations of Sylvesters in town, and I just want to have a good time and show the community to come together and really make a big pow out of it. And this committee right here, I can tell already, you guys all rock. It's really nice to see people want the same thing. Thanks, guys.
So I seconded that. So do you call the vote?
Yeah.
Because there's no chair yet.
Yep. All in favor? Yeah.
Should have said discussion. I apologize.
Well, we work as a team. How's that, guys? Cheers. We'll work as a team. That's what I want. Thank you.
Well, I'll hand it to you for the election of your vice chair.
It's so hard. You really want me to pick Christie?
Well, no. Somebody, if is anyone interested in
Is
being vice
somebody
chair?
interested
Do you want to
in-
nominate somebody?
If someone interested in it, they could put the time in. And I think that's what it gets down to.
It's a lot of time.
The time. No one's interested. Casey, how about you? Because your family's been in town.
Yeah, no, I would love to help. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Perfect, thank you.
So
Yep.
I will nominate Casey.
Great.
Me too. I'll second.
All right.
Second. Discussion. All those in favor?
All right.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you both.
Thank you both.
Well, thank you all. It's gonna be a great team.
So now Sheila has a presentation, and then after that, I think that we'll talk about the schedule for the upcoming meetings. So.
Hello.
I've met everybody. I do have a presentation and I do kind of have a speech, but I'll try to be casual because I think there's a lot I want to say and a lot of opportunity, I think, for this town to be engaged in Massachusetts 250 and do your Westboro 250. And it sounds like between the two of you and all of you, it's going to be phenomenal, especially with your history and passion for the town. It's going to be, and Casey's and my paths have crossed, mostly on Zoom, but it's nice to see him when I see him in person. So let me just pull up my little presentation here. I have to get into a state computer, so it takes me a minute. You tested it.
Okay, great.
There we go. It worked. You see it up there?
Yep.
Okay, great. So I am the coordinator for the 250th for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So I travel all over the state. So it's really great for me to be here in person. When Amanda said you can do it virtual, I think, yeah, but it's really a lot more fun and more engaging if I can be face to face with all of you and be in person. I work under the Office of Economic Development, under the Governor and Lieutenant Governor, in the Office of Massachusetts Travel and Tourism. So as your town manager explained, that's going to be a really important part, I think, because we're trying to get people all across the state to visit and come and experience the different things that towns are doing. So I work very closely with the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's offices to promote this, and they're very engaged in what we're doing. This next one, I hope it works. This is our ad that you may have seen on TV. Play it, and hopefully the sound works and everything.
There's a revolution happening in Massachusetts, and it's happening every day. This is the place where new ventures are being launched. New tastes are being cultivated. New songs are being sung. New friends are being met. And new colors are being created. Revolutions happen every day in Massachusetts. Come be a part of what's next. Visit Massachusetts250.org.
So that's our ad. You may see it on TV, especially during Chronicle, or like last night it was on PBS during the Ken Burns American Revolution.
There's a revolution happening in Massachusetts.
But anyway, our website is a wealth of information and can be a wealth of information for all of you too. So we have Massachusetts250.org. We have events, we have attractions, we have blogs, we have news coverage, we have programming. We have a field guide, which would be great for you all to access if you're planning a public event. It talks about public safety and public transportation and things to do, organizations to reach out to. When you do a big parade, you know, there's so many different organizations that need to come together between the police and the fire and the EMS and everything else. So, and then the closing down the streets and everything. So there's a lot in that field guide. If you go to the bottom of our homepage, it shows you field guide. You can just pull it up. I'm sorry I didn't bring copies with me today, but we can also send you some copies if you'd like them. We have over 500, it's actually more closer to 600 events now on our website. So any events that you have that you want to put on the website, it's easy to do. You just go submit your event and then we process it, make sure you include photos. Same with historic attractions. If you want to add an attraction or a museum or a historic site to the website, we can do that as well. So those are two easy things to do to get people starting to know what Westboro's doing and what's happening out in this community. We have a blog. If you have an idea for a blog, I can run it by our comms team and see if that would fit into our criteria of different blogs. We have an online store to buy, you know, hats and T-shirts and all that stuff. We don't sell them in bulk. It's a one-off because we didn't do this to make money. We did it to provide opportunity. So if you buy a hat, that hat is made just for you, kind of thing. So it's not like we could do a bunch of them, but they're fun and they're really popular. And I noticed, Casey, you have that Massachusetts 250 license plate, which I love.
Yeah.
We also have a program that we call Massachusetts 250 Lunch and Learns. So we started that in February. We ended it in October. We're going to relaunch it back in January. But what they are is they're 30-minute virtual lunch programs and engagements. So at 12 noon every other Tuesday, people plug in and they can just sign up on our website. You just go right into the Zoom meeting, and we've had the Lieutenant Governor, we've had the Chair of America 250, we've had a number of museum curators and museum executive directors, we've had historians, we've had an indigenous, we have all sorts of people. Very interesting and a lot of engagement in, you know, learning something different every other Tuesday. So that's something, if you have an idea for me for that, please definitely reach out to me as well. I'll give you all my card before I leave. We have the Museums 250 program. Forgive me, I don't know about the museums in Westboro, but if you have a museum that has pieces from the Revolutionary era, you can take our sticker. I think I have one on this computer. Yeah, this sticker, and you put it on a plaque next to that piece from the Revolution. Like, I love seeing this plaque here. I mean, there must be something we can do to, not research, you've done that, to embrace those stories of those men from this town that served in the Revolutionary War. So that's something museums all across the state are doing, from the Clark Museum to the Museum of Fine Arts to the Pilgrim Hall. And so that's one program, and it's not hard to do and it's easy to do. We also encourage historic sites to buy, which are very inexpensive, buy an MA250 flag that they can put outside their property, so people know that that property represents the Revolutionary era. Media went, just real quick, I'll go through this. So we've had a marketing campaign that we will continue through the next year, and we've engaged we had a lot of engagement across the United States, but our campaigns mostly in Massachusetts and the New England region, because we have found through the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism data that most people are coming into Massachusetts to learn our history from the New England region. So it's an easy drive, easy access. There's our social media following is very strong. Let's see, wait, I'm losing track of myself here. I did search in your town that you have the Sibley House, and I didn't find it on our website. So that would be a perfect attraction to add to our website. So is it open to the public regularly?
We could get this out.
Yeah.
It is or is not? It
What's
is?
that? I'm sorry.
Is it open to the public? The Sibley-
I believe it is, but only several times during the year.
So it's minimal.
Christy, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure how
Yeah.
often it's open.
But that's something that you could add to our website, and if
Yeah.
the times they're open, put it onto the events that it's actually open. And maybe next year there'll be opportunity to have it open more, but that's something that could bring people out here.
Yeah.
Let's see, there is, and if there are other events, as I said before. Oh, this is another thing for Westboro, is this month, a couple weeks ago, we added to our website the many firsts in innovation. So if you go to our homepage, you go under About, it says Firsts and Innovations. Click on that, and it has a timeline of all the firsts and innovations that came from Massachusetts. And there may be some in Westboro that we're not aware of. You're shaking your head, Carla, yeah. Like first what?
Eli Whitney, the cotton
Eli
gin
Whitney,
here.
the
This is where Eli Whitney was born.
Yeah.
Eli Whitney was born
born
here,
here.
so
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
So share those stories and those kinds of things, and we can add them to our first timeline on the website. So we're also thinking of what happened in the last 250 years to bring us to today with all this innovation and first. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with my notes and my. I think that's it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm way ahead of myself here. Sorry, forgive me. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Grants. So we have given $3.5 million in grants to 96 organizations across Massachusetts. We don't have any further grant funding available, but these grants have funded local history, education, cultural programming, and heritage preservation, and tourism initiatives, all about marketing and programming. And they show and showcase Massachusetts as a national leader in commemorating America's story, because it did all happen here first. These are the major battles, of course, that have happened. And each of these battles in this past year have had a reenactment. And we know that all of them are doing another reenactment next year. It may not be as grand and as big, but I know that the Battle of Bunker Hill is going to happen again. And all these others happen pretty much annually, which is great. One of the things that I've found as I've traveled the state is a lot of collaboration. Like, for example, the Battle of Bunker Hill was a collaboration between the city of Charlestown, and Gloucester, because it was held in Gloucester. The Chelsea Creek Battle was a collaboration between Revere, East Boston, Chelsea, and Winthrop. And so there's a real collaboration of towns coming together to pool resources and work together to uplift what they are doing and bringing their history to life. Statewide collaboration. So these are some fun things that are going to be happening. We've just announced a couple weeks ago that we have a partnership with the Boston Symphony Orchestra for the July 4th Boston Pop Spectacular. So we are going to make it super special, super big this coming year. We're talking about doing different things to bring it across the state. We just need to get the corporate funding to be able to bring that simulcast or something across the state. But the big thing that will impact your community is the Henry Knox Noble Train of Artillery. And they are going to be starting in January with a big reenactment. Actually, it'll start at the border of New York and Massachusetts. I think the town is Acorn. And they're going to be doing kind of a passing of New York is passing on to Boston. And then the artillery trail, which will be Clydesdale horses pulling these 1,000-ton or 1,000-pound cannons all the way into Boston over 3 months. So they will go through different communities, and they will stop and they will go on. But for you all, they have, are you familiar with the Henry Knox Trail and the story? You all? Okay, let me just give you a case as a point. But do you want a quick history? So Henry Knox was assigned by General Washington at the time to go to Fort Ticonderoga in Ticonderoga, New York, which is near Saratoga. In previous months, in between the militia in mostly Vermont, New York, and some Massachusetts, they took over the Fort Ticonderoga from the British. So there were all these cannons and munitions that were left in the fort. So Washington asked Henry Knox, a bookstore owner in Boston, to go out to Fort Ticonderoga and bring those cannons back, so we could fortify the land around Boston Harbor, which had been taken over by the British since 1774. So he took those 3 months in the middle of the winter and made it back to Boston with all 51 cannons. I think they lost one in Lake Champlain, if I recall. But they're going to be reenacting this through specific towns. There are going to be 7 gateway cities, and the ones that you're going to be between Framingham, which is on, or let's start at Worcester, is on January 31st when the reenactment comes through Worcester, and then Framingham is February 14th, so it is before school vacation week. So that's an opportunity, I think, for you all to collaborate with these communities and figure out how you can bring people to or from or stay in your, the DoubleTree here, or wherever it is, because Route 9 goes right through all of it. So there may be something to do there. I'm not sure what that is, but it gets you thinking about collaborating. And people have been really receptive of collaboration. And this reenactment is going to impact 33 different communities. So how do you maximize that? Do you have the local bar do a special revolutionary drink or something, or a special recipe, or there could be many different things to engage the economy of the town of Westboro, especially right downtown.
I have a question. How do they pick the towns?
I don't know
How did they pick
because I was responsible for doing the actual reenactment, so I don't know that. But I can put you in touch with the folks that are doing it to ask them how they did. I'm sure it was a collaboration between National Park Service, for example, in Springfield, they're working with the Armory. I think that had a lot to do with it. In different towns, they're working with the national parks on where they can stage and set up with all the horses, the Clydesdales, and all the cannons, and all the reenactors, quite frankly. So I think it was a lot of work with the national parks.
Right. Thank you.
So anyway, that's one thing. And then Mass Humanities is bringing around the state to rural communities the Smithsonian's Museum on Main Street, the Voices and Votes of Democracy in America. It's currently in Holbrook. They have a couple other places planned, but this is an annual Smithsonian Museum on Main Street exhibit that they take on tour to rural communities across America. But for us in Massachusetts, and this year, because of the revolution, this is a theme. Let's see. Then, of course, in 2026, we know FIFA World Cup is coming, but it's also Sail Boston. So yes, this is Boston-centric, but there are going to be a lot of people coming into Boston. And there are a lot, bringing all these 100 vessels, these tall ships representing all these different countries, brings a lot of international culture into our state. So if there's a particular cultural part of Westboro that represents maybe one of the ships that'll be coming in, we find out on December 5th, the FIFA World Cup teams that are coming to Massachusetts. So you can put that on your radar. And that'll be interesting too, right? Because if it's Brazil, Framingham has a huge Brazilian community, right? So embrace that. But for Sail Boston, the vessels are all listed on their website. It is Boston-centric. The ships are docked all around Boston Harbor, and they're free and open to the public for free tours. So it's a really interesting cultural thing that's happening and bringing all these people to the city. And I think the opportunity to stay out this far makes a lot of sense for people. Let's see. So Massachusetts 250, we're encouraging you to embrace collaboration and embrace your history, like the stories of these gentlemen from the Revolution. Work with your local media too to share these stories. A couple of things that I've done as well is or we've done, is working with the Massachusetts Library Coalition. So they have created library reading for the Revolution for all 367 libraries across the Commonwealth. So your local librarian would have access to the Revolutionary reading. We have 4 educational programs I was telling Casey about that are accessible for public schools and that don't cost the public schools anything. One of them is through the, which Casey's been working with and has a meeting with, the Executive Office of Education is doing a 5th grade essay contest. It's on their website. The Massachusetts Historical Society has a program called National History Day, which is actually a semester-long essay program that they're doing, but that's middle school and high school. And then America 250 has America's Field Trip, and that is kindergarten through high school, and it's kids write an essay, or it could be a piece of art, different forms, and then they submit it, and if they win for their grade and their state, then they get to pick a field trip at any national park across the country that's participating. So we had 5 last year from all over the country, Alabama, California, different places, that came to the Constitution Museum and ship. So it's kind of neat because we share our culture and our kids get to see other opportunities. And the kid who wins and their guardian get to attend these for free. And it's paid for through the America 250 program. And the last one is a program called We Are America. And it's a gentleman in Boston who created a giant flag after 9/11 with kids' engagement. And what he's doing is he's doing another flag for November of 2026. And he's sending out 6x6 cloth tiles to classrooms. And the kids get to write what the revolution means to them on that particular piece of fabric. And he sends everything the classroom will need. Then they they're all shipped back to this group and everything is paid for. And then they put together this giant flag on Boston Common for everybody, kids and, families and to come see. And we've introduced it to America 250. So different states may participate. And different states that participate, then we could roll up this giant flag and send it to different states to showcase on their big park. I mean, ours is on Boston Common. It's huge, but it's really neat. And kids get to look for their little tile and it engages the kids and it helps teach them. It's a learning moment. So another thing that doesn't cost anything and we can engage kids in schools. The other thing we're doing is collaborating with the various cabinet secretaries. So the license plate was, Office of Transportation. And then a couple weeks ago, the Veterans Services Offices created a special trail, and it's called the Massachusetts Veterans Legacy Trail, and it includes 1,300 veterans monuments and memorials across the state. So if we have 351 towns, I mean, think of how many memorials and veterans monuments you have here. I think I saw one right out here when I came, next to the police station, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. So anyway, those kinds of things you could also highlight because there's, maybe do a special ceremony with all your veterans. And so that's been really neat. And we're excited about that. It's again, a collaboration. And then I'm almost done. So we are excited that you are embracing 250. It's never too late. I can be a resource for you. I can try to help you, but we don't do actual events. We promote what you're doing and raise the level of interest. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, as you know, from doing the 300th. And it's critical that Massachusetts is known for being the founding state for all that happened, which we commemorate, then we can celebrate. Because battles were tough. It was tough, but we have very smart people pursuing our independence. So it's an opportunity to share your history. It is our story. It is our history. It is your history. And we want you to share it ultimately to bring people to your community. So embrace it. And I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hope that was helpful.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Any good? I hope that was helpful.
Very, thank you.
Check out the website. You'll see there's a lot of great information there, really. Easy to navigate around and, send me stuff like firsts, innovations, the Sibley House when they're open.
I will also put in another.
Talking with us.
Yeah,
We
my-
really appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. You're gonna do great.
I'll also put another plug for the license plate. It's actually the second most populous license plate variation the state's had. The number one was the Keeping the Island. They've sold 31,000 of those in the duration of it. Since that license plate went live, it went live in May, I think. Yeah, they've sold 28,000. Yeah. So, yeah, you got one. I got one.
My wife's fan. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and I sucker my dad into having one too. So it's good.
So as you plan, keep it simple because you want to be able to execute it, right? Make it work and then be inclusive of everybody. Oh, a couple more things that'll be easy to embrace. America 250 has a couple of programs that would be easy to do, I think. One is the Great American Potluck Meal, and that is on July 5th. So the day after July, your community gets together either through the school, well, school's out, through the library or through churches or town, meeting, whatever it is, and you have a big potluck kind of coming together. The other one is on July 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Every state across the United States, including 6 territories, are going to be reading the Declaration of Independence, the Declaration of Independence at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on July 8th, because that's the day that it was first read 250 years ago, the Declaration of Independence. And so it's 6 p.m. here, it's 11 a.m. in Hawaii or or Alaska. So it's going to be kind of a neat also coming together. So those are, and then this flag program, which I mentioned. So those are kind of easy things to embrace if it works for all of you and if the community wants to embrace it. But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow, Casey. and Lou. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Safe travels.
Don't look at me.
So I think, can I?
Yes,
Okay, so I think a lot of the things were Boston-centric, which kind of leaves us out. But she had a couple ideas that I think would work very well for the town of Westboro and to include everyone in town. One is the potluck dinner, the other one is the reading of the Declaration of Independence, the other one's the school department for the
Veterans.
and the vet. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And then anything else we might want to put in that's, for the town. I like the idea of the hats, but you can only buy one on. I don't know if you can buy a bunch of them. And then whatever they cost. I don't know if you want to are we allowed to make money on anything to give it to the town?
We-
Or not?
We can't really fundraise.
Can't fund it. So I don't know, but that might be neat, just to have them available for people to buy if they want to buy them. And then they're part of the whole celebration.
Sorry, can we take a step back? So, being that this is the first meeting, I'm not exactly sure kind of the scope of everything we're thinking about. So, when we're talking about some of the events, I mean, some of that would be wonderful to include, but what's our time frame? Are we looking for an entire year? Are we planning for a month? Kind of like we should figure out the logistics of the space we need to fill with stuff,
It's
how we might use
definitely
that.
listening to the presentation that we're in a 2-year program. Okay, across the state, we're a year already gone.
Right.
So I think that we need to be very clear, to your point, what we're going to attempt to tackle in the coming year, because we're already, I want to say, behind. I don't know if that's probably a stretch, but we've got a year to plan, a year to execute.
The other piece is I don't think we want to be competing with other towns.
Agreed.
So we need to be mindful of that in terms of.
Even a breakdown in subcommittees as well,
So, to your point,
get
so
the community involved. with it as subcommittees as well.
So when you say we're behind, so a 2-year program, so we're now planning and executing within a year. Is that kind of what?
That's
We're looking at?
the sense I had when I walked away from that. We can do
Okay.
what we want, right?
Sure.
But my sense is they're already running TV ads and stuff, and we're a year into it. So we are where we are. What do we, I think for us, it's easy to boil the ocean, right? I think we need to be more strategic and say, here's what we're gonna really do.
Right.
Okay, and I don't know what that is, don't have a perspective on that. I, for one, am woefully unaware of the importance of the 250th. My view, walking in meeting is, we just did the 300th, now we're doing something for the 250th, it's like, Roberta, we're gonna celebrate your 25th birthday next week. It's going backwards.
Well, the 300th was
It was a town.
town.
300th the town. Yeah.
The town, the 250th
It's for the whole.
for the country. It's for the country.
My point is, I don't know, I think one of the things we need to do, co-op some of the materials that are out there, is what are we promoting and why are we promoting it? Where does it fit in? Again, where do we, you know, I could say something really sarcastic and it's like, bring back the cotton gin, we'll put it back on all the signs. We did that. one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a joke, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not proposing that. But, yeah, we gotta be careful what we do and not offend anyone.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I started working on this in, 2023. We started doing this. It's been a while. So I've done a bunch of events with other towns. I was in Lexington for Patriots Day 2 this year. They've been done a lot. My thought is to keep it simple, stupid, and maybe co-op some of the things that we already have. So I would say Memorial Day parade, something like that this year.
Yeah.
We highlight that with possibly a 250th flavor, if you will. We can chat about those things, but we also have a lot of outlets in town that would be so happy to share some of the history, historical society. We can open the Sibley House for some of the lectures that we've done, but also bring in some of the other businesses too. So to get back to your original point though, I don't see it as a 2-year planning process. This has a very finite date. So
All I'm saying is it seems like the state
Mm-hmm.
or the country is in a 2-year program, and we're walking in a year into it.
yes,
So whatever
You-
we want to do,
Right.
in my view, needs to be time boxed to that year.
exactly.
That's all.
Yep.
Yeah, because actually, what is it, July 4th this year, the
Yes.
250th birthday?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
so we're already, we're, at the door of almost December.
Yes.
So we got to be realistic what
gotta
what
stay
we're
in-
doing, so
right.
it kind of all culminates.
We're gonna narrow
Around
in
that date.
on something and focus
Around
in,
right.
in that category.
Yeah.
We can't be scattered.
No.
We just have to focus in on one thing and then fly off of that and have the community come in and help and do their ideas as well, so we can integrate the community with us.
We don't want to like reinvent the wheel. We have so many resources in town, like the veterans,
Exactly.
the whole veterans
Absolutely.
committee that does handles all the things.
Yeah.
Marshall Preston. So I feel like if we tap all those resources, it'll make our jobs easier as well.
I agree.
So I do want to, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Gary
Yeah.
Collins,
Gary. So to Gary's point of
didn't catch your name.
Andrew Ramsey. Nice to meet you, Gary. So I also wonder a little bit about festival after festival kind of celebrating the same things. And to say that we want to co-opt, like I want to be sure that we're thinking a little bit broader rather than saying, let's do another parade or another thing that's being done. Kind of how can, I mean, if we've got this money, if we've got this committee, how do we make this meaningful? And for everybody in Westboro, how do we bring in new folks to the fold, to the discussion? We have a big immigrant community. How do we make this relevant to people that are new? Right. And I want to make sure that that's something we're doing too, and not just kind of repeating stuff that's already been done, just to be
agree.
mindful.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Thank you.
So should we set up some times for some future meetings? That'd be a good idea. I think we've all got a lot to think about, right? And then maybe take some time, and then we can come back and start some
Roll out
concrete,
the ideas.
yeah, roll out the ideas, and like Gary has definitely highlighted, we're dealing with a timetable that we want to be cognizant of.
It sounds like there's a lot on that website that we can pull from too, so maybe a little homework, like go to the website, kind of brainstorm and think of the events like in town that we could work with.
Places
and-
to add. Excuse me, she mentioned right away, take a look at the field guide and
Yes.
what Westboro Center, or Westboro specific places to add. Not to get too granular, but one of the things that immediately popped in my head, she mentioned at the very end, the Veterans Memorials
Yes.
catalog. Talking to Mark Brady, the whole,
Yeah.
we have a whole
Mark.
team dedicated to that already.
Yeah.
So, I know
That's
Mark, I
great.
can reach out to him and see what they have for ideas.
Mark's at my house every day.
So we're good.
So we're good, but I'll let you talk. What do you
No,
think?
Yeah. No, I just
Yeah.
think that low hanging fruit that we can quickly address, and then these larger ideas, I'm all for planning with reasonable timeframes. And then budget. I don't know if we know what our budget is. That's obviously important.
It's about 30,000.
Okay, great. I just didn't know that. So thank you.
It's great.
And actually up on Sandra Pond, Christy, when was that, last year? They rededicated Sandra
Minuteman
Pond
Park.
to all the revolutionary.
They
And
did.
he would be a great, what was that, Tim Nurse, I think.
It was Tim Nurse.
Yeah.
So if you want, we can send out an email with the link that and the guide just for ease of access. It sounds like you might also want to invite the library director to
Yes.
a meeting, and then also EDC, just make sure they know what your schedule is so that they can be part of these discussions, because she had mentioned, potential outreach to businesses. I know you did as well. So
Another possibility is the curriculum coordinator for Westboro Schools. There's a dedicated social studies coordinator. And when they were talking about the pieces of the flag and getting people involved, so there's dedicated people within the school. So whoever's sending out the invite, I imagine it would be you.
Yeah.
I can get you her contact information. We can kind of
Perfect.
pull her in.
Yeah.
Just make sure
We
the
love to-
superintendent would know that we're reaching out.
Yes,
Absolutely.
So nobody
absolutely.
gets hurt feelings.
No, no, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I can email Tara tomorrow too and be like,
Yeah.
come on down, and we'll do that. That'd be
We're
great.
inside the school system.
Yeah, we both
Yeah, yeah. So
we both are.
so Tara does K through 8, and then Nancy is the department head for 9 through 12. So
Like to have the kids involved.
oh, definitely, yeah. No, that's
Absolutely.
a
Kids
major
are
aspect.
involved, the parents are involved.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's just the way it is.
yeah.
And fifth grade at Mill Pond is a big year for studying American history.
It
And they
is.
put on plays about the Revolutionary War, so it's a very,
Oh, I
it's a peak time.
Just,
like that a
you know,
lot.
just keep the superintendent.
Yeah.
Is the school formally participating in that essay writing contest for fifth graders?
I have not heard anything about it.
Yeah,
Sounds like
There
it
are
lines
fifth
up.
graders.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
fifth graders that I
They're
work
already
with,
doing
so.
So it does line up with the curriculum. So I can email Mr. Schwartz tomorrow. Hey,
Thanks, Vice Chair.
yeah, there we go. I will.
do you want to set up a meeting schedule and then?
Sure. Do you want to meet weekly? Or? Since
Well, it's kind of tough now because you get the holidays. you run
The
into
holidays coming, so, I mean,
Feels like we should get ahead on things and then we can back off a little bit.
Yeah.
The way I'm feeling, is everybody else feeling that way?
yeah,
Agreed.
I feel that way too.
Okay.
How does the Mondays work at this time for folks?
I'm great with Mondays. Are you guys great with Mondays?
Yeah, with my kids' schedules and the whole fray. This is good.
This is a good time? 5 o'clock? Okay, so next Monday, which is
24th. 24th.
the 24th?
Yeah.
Yep.
November 24th, Monday at 5 o'clock. I'll see you all here.
Anybody do 4:30 or no?
Oh, no,
No.
that's fine.
Okay.
4:30 is fine with me.
Would 4:30? Could 4:30 work for people?
Okay,
Okay. All right.
that work.
I can make it work.
Thanks.
Sean, is there anything else from the select board? Any direction or any comments from them or anything they wanted you to bring forward to us?
No, they were looking for 7 motivated individuals. I think they did a nice job. So
Okay.
it's, I don't want to. You guys got this. Looking forward to it.
If you want to, Roberta, I can send out an email to all the departments and just ask if anyone's already planning something, and then that way they can come to you and maybe present what they're doing or what they're thinking, and you can work together. Okay.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you.
well, we don't have I don't know, because we're doing it quarterly, but we had to cut the position because of the budget reductions. So,
I didn't hear what you said.
Christie used to do a regular town manager update, and
yeah.
from my perspective as a reader, it looked like she got all the department heads to submit something and then
Yes.
produced it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I was wondering what the next date was.
Oh.
Make sure that we're in there somehow.
Well, actually, did you
Yeah.
send that one out today? Okay. So we've been doing shorter, like one pagers, so we can put something out and you don't have to wait for our timeline because we're only able to do it if we can get volunteers to help us with it. But Amanda actually is sending out a one pager today, or she did, that just talks about upcoming dates, but we could send out another one pager to that group of people, just talking about what your committee's doing when you're ready for that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Christy, can we meet here?
I think so.
Amanda, can we
Yep.
meet here all
Yep.
the time? Is that good?
I'll check it per date, but for next week, we're good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And will someone be available to let us in?
Yeah, that, yes.
If you hit the buzzer for the handicap, the door pops open.
I
Oh,
did
It
that.
did for me,
Yeah.
just for what it's
Oh,
worth.
but it was unlocked by that.
That
point.
works.
should- yeah.
All
Yeah.
the regular
They
doors
all-
were locked, but the handicap door, hit the button, it opened up. For
Yeah.
what it's worth.
So I think we should, I think we should
Good for the
meet
town to
weekly
know.
Yeah.
to get the ball rolling, like you said. And then after that, we can kind of back off a little bit, but get the community out there, getting them involved as well,
Yes,
and start the ball rolling.
absolutely.
We have a great committee. I'm so proud, so happy.
So it sounds like you're going to do outreach and I'll do some outreach and then we can circle back and get some maybe folks or updates on the agenda for Monday. So
Thank you.
you can work with Amanda to
Amanda.
get the agenda completed.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Christy.
Sure.
Do you want me to reach out to? Oh,
Yes, please.
His wife works. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
4:30 week from today? That would be.
Yes,
4:30.
4:30 here.
Yes. We can watch the sunset together.
Yeah.
It's already going to be dark.
I know it starts at 3:30 these days.
Last night,
Awesome.
maybe.
Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, thank
What
you.
a great committee.
We need a motion.
To adjourn.
Yes. Motion to
Motion
adjourn.
to adjourn?
Second.
Seconded.
Second. All in favor?
It takes practice. Voting.
Adjourned.
Have it.
Very responsive.